But one of my biggest fears is that the more Black Americans come to this continent, they will not handle it with grace and with care.
Disclaimer here, this video is for educational and commentary purpose only. This channel does not support any form of violent, hate speech, or any illegal activity. This video is for educational and commentary purpose only. Hey beautiful people, how you're doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you're doing today? Hope you guys are having fun. So this video, I just find this video really interesting, and I feel this is a conversation we should have as Black people as a whole, both African Americans or Black Americans, Africans, even the Caribbeans. Like, I feel like it's a conversation we should all have. So this whole Dirty December thing, so this is what happened. So we all know that Africa, Nigeria, Ghana went crazy this December. There's all this return to Africa, Dirty December thing. And if you don't know, it's a thing here in especially West Africa, where the December is a dirty December, where there's a whole lot of party, a whole lot of hangout, a whole lot of stuff going on. So apparently, a lot of our beautiful Black sisters and brother from the United States, from America, decided to come to the motherland, and some of them didn't have a good experience. Some of them had a blast, and this just strike this type of conversation. Anyway, this was what led this sister to say what she said, and listen to what the sister said, because I feel like it's a bigger conversation we need to have. I need you guys to hear what she said, and then we'll come back and talk.
I am a Black American and I absolutely love to travel to the continent of Africa. It's my favorite continent in the whole wide world. But one of my biggest fears is that the more Black Americans come to this continent, they will not handle it with grace and with care. So, for example, I am in Ghana right now and I'm getting messages and people are sending me texts of people who had a bad experience at a festival, or like all two people who got their phone stolen, and people are like, oh my God, I'm afraid, I can't come, they don't have their stuff together, this, that. And I'm like, that is their experience. It's not my job to negate or validate somebody's personal experience. That is what happened to them. But I just wish more Black Americans handled the systems that they think need to be in place with more care, understanding the historical context for why those conditions actually exist. And also understand that negative news about the continent literally drives people's internalized fear that Africa is inherently bad, and it literally feeds stereotypes. I'm not telling people how they should feel. I'm just saying that as Black Americans, with all your Western ideology and our privilege and our internalized challenges with the continent already, let's make sure we handle it with more care and more grace.
Kindly share your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Share your thought about the main video and then the stages of the video. So go ahead, share your thought, because that's what we do here. We have conversation. So feel free, air your opinion, but please do it respectfully. You don't have to disrespect anybody. Airing your opinion and having this conversation. So first up, before I go on, I just want to say, if you've been here on my channel, you know how much I love. I'm a big fan of Pan Africa, and I want us as Black people to come together and build ourselves together so that we can be so strong. And I believe strongly in people, African Americans, coming back to motherland. I believe so strongly in it, because I feel like Africa is the safest place for Black people like ourselves, because every other places is already dominated with white people. So I'm so big on it. So nobody should reconstruct anything I'm going to say in this video. I'm a big fan of it. That to say, I also kind of agree with that sister, because there's a lot of us, including Africans and even African Americans, that are not well informed, and they still go with the old propaganda mindset. A lot of the things that the media has fed us with, we go into situations with it. And with the sister that was talking about how sometimes the whole coming to Africa, Pan Africa, sometimes can be romanticize, or how did she put it, like fantasize about, like make it look like, oh, a fairyland, like kumbaya and all that. I get it, because sometimes we build a lot of expectations so high that you get into the continent and you're like, oh my God, it's not what it's in. Africa, like it's every other continent, every other place. It's just that it's a continent that is filled with a lot of black people like yourself as an African American. So don't feel like when you come here you see gold on the floor or anything. No. Or maybe the group of people that actually think and believe with the whole propaganda going of how poor Africa is, how Africa. No, because you will come here, it's just like any other place you go, any other continent where you go, you find the rich and the poor. It's just like that here. And then if you go to a club or you go to a party where there's alcohol mixed and people getting high, things are meant to go wrong. Like it happens everywhere, so it's not special. But what I don't agree is some African American that came to Africa for the first time and did the dirty December and they really party out and things didn't go out like they picture it should go, people stealing from them and all that, and they coming back on social media saying that, oh, don't bother coming to Africa is a shit. Or like, no, like that I will not accept, because Africa is not a shit hole. There are bad people everywhere. Don't just capitalize it to say, oh, that because your phone got missing. Because Africans, the way we show love, the only thing that Africans will use to differentiate an African American is when an African American opens their mouth to speak, because we're going to treat you the same way we're going to treat every other black person walking down the street in Africa. Is when you open your mouth to talk, we now realize, oh, this person is actually not from here. This person sounds American. And then I totally like, I'm so not here for that propaganda, like, oh, people should not come to Africa. Africa is Cheeto. Africa is messy. No, everywhere is messy. But I will tell you, Africa is one of the safest country or continents ever. We don't have gun. There's no gun. How many times did you like the things that happen in Africa, the crimes that happen here in Africa? I feel like is a normal crime that happen in other places, like pickpockets, robbery. It happens everywhere. But you hardly see a massive shooting or a child handling a gun, or no, you don't. You hardly see that. Yeah. Same way with Africans, when we want to go abroad, we already like have this fantasy about, oh, abroad is where we go and pick roses and flower and all that. We go there and then we find out reality hits us and like, oh, it's not like that. So anywhere we're going to, anywhere you're traveling to, just be very open-minded and know that it's human beings that are living there. So human beings are going to act like human beings. So just beware and be careful with your things, and then be cautious, do your research and all that. Nobody's trying to hate on anybody. And I really wish that African Americans and Africans would get off this stereotype and then try to learn from each other and come together and learn from each other. Some African Americans are in Africa having a blast. Why? There are also some Africans in America having a blast with other African Americans. So let's not just rule out each other because of one or two things. People are going to be people. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this video down in the comment section. Please go ahead and share your thoughts, but please do it respectfully. Please give this video a thumbs up, like this video, please, and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have conversation. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.